We know that her endeavors are going to take her far, and wherever they take her, I hope she remembers not only Washington, Illinois, but Central Illinois and the entire Peoria region is behind her 100%. And I would like to take this time as my honor to present the key to the city to Governor Sarah Palin.
Thank you so much for allowing Todd and me to be here. This is an honor. And of course, Mr. Mayor, you got me. Us local mayors, we stick together. I know what you go through. You know what I went through. Serving in local office isn't an easy job, but I certainly had the great honor of serving my community too for some years. And I know that the people here certainly appreciate you. It's obvious because this is a grand part of America. And we'll talk a little bit about this tonight, that so much of the eyes of America are on Peoria and this central region because it is a kind of a melting pot of America, and there's great diversity here, and there's opportunity to disagree without being disagreeable in order to get the best policies, the best ideas implemented for your communities and ultimately for our nation too. So a lot of the eyes of America on this area, looking at what it is that you're doing right and perhaps how other communities can emulate those things that have been successful here. So it is just such an honor for me to get to be here. I so appreciate the key to the city. Really, this is special. I'm going to letter from Leaders Speaker Series. We thank you for your support of our event, which is a fundraiser that will provide scholarships to area youth, as well as start us on our way to relieving the parking challenges that we have due to the success of this grand facility. Y'all didn't have any trouble parking tonight, did you? Well, thanks for your coming tonight. We'll be able to satisfy additional parking next year when you come back. Let me move on to what you've all been anxiously awaiting since our announcement in January. Tonight, we are delighted to have with us the first female governor of Alaska and the first woman to run on the Republican Party's presidential ticket. As we all know, in August 2008, Senator John McCain tapped Governor Sarah Palin to serve as his vice presidential running mate in his presidential campaign, making her a household name known to many of us for the first time. As governor of Alaska, her top priorities included fiscal restraint, limiting the size of government, resource development, education, equitable oil valuation, as well as transportation and infrastructure development. She fought for ethics reform and transparency in government. Under her leadership as governor, Alaska invested $5 billion, billion with a B, in state savings, overhauled education funding, and protected Alaska's natural resources. She created Alaska's Petroleum Systems Integrity Office to provide oversight and maintenance of oil and gas equipment, facilities and infrastructure, and the Climate Change Subcabinet to prepare a climate change strategy for Alaska. Prior to her election as governor, she served 2 terms on the Wasilla City Council and 2 terms as the mayor of Wasilla. During her tenure, she reduced property tax levels while increasing services and made Wasilla a business-friendly environment, drawing in new industry. Governor Palin is past chair of the Interstate Oil and Gas Compact Commission, a multi-state government agency that promotes the conservation and efficient recovery of domestic oil and natural gas resources, while protecting health, safety, and the environment. We are also excited that Todd Palin is able to join us this evening. Todd, where are you? He is a lifelong Alaskan. He worked as production operator on the North Slope and is a 4-time champion of the Iron Dog, the world's longest snow machine race. In addition to their busy life, the Palins have 5 children that help to keep them young. In a December review of Going Rogue, Mary Gajewski said, Sarah Palin, and I quote, combines some of the most admirable features of America: self-reliance, fierce regional patriotism, community spirit, and a strong sense of family. Her approach to politics is drawn from her memories of the commonsensical Ronald Reagan. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Governor Sarah Palin.
She's just got everything under control, though I wanted to remind her that, as Mario Andretti says, if you've got everything under control, then you're going too slow. So we want to make sure we're keeping the pace up, and she certainly is doing that too in this most wonderful facility. Thank you for being here. Your heart is in the right place, helping to support this facility. What a wonderful community amenity. It is making your community healthier and more prosperous, providing a lot of opportunities. So I thank you for being here. And wonderful to be here in the Prairie State, and I know that this is such a patriotic part of our country. I would ask, first, if you love your freedom here in the Prairie State. Well, knowing that you love your freedom, then what we do is we think of vets. And if anyone has served in our United States military in the past or serving today, raise your hand. We want to honor you and thank you so much from the bottom of our heart. We do sincerely thank you for the sacrifices, for the service that you have provided and keeping us safe. Words really don't suffice as we try to say how much we appreciate all of you. Well, it is really great to be here, and just the most hospitable place. We've had a blast being here. We arrived yesterday. We'll get to stay just a little bit tomorrow. I wish that we could spend more time here. It's beautiful and very hospitable. I was backstage in the green room getting ready, and I noticed that, oh my goodness, you guys provided me straws. And they're even the bent kind, which I just read in the media that supposedly I insist upon. I was getting a kick out of that I read in the media, all these things that I demand. But the nicest people who have put this together for us, just making Todd and me feel so welcome. I mean, to the point of providing straws that you even bent for me. I appreciate this. We'll hustle home tomorrow, though, Todd and I will, because it's our baby's birthday. He's 2 years old tomorrow, Trig is. Just thinking about Trig, so I'm getting ready for the speech tonight and thinking that the title of the speech is You Don't Need a Title to Make a Difference. Thinking about that little guy, thinking just his little heart of gold, and wondering, I don't know, maybe the little guy will never have a title, and maybe he's not going to ever live up to the world standards of perfection, but we are so blessed because we see through eyes that God has given us God's standard of perfection. And let me tell you one thing that Trig does recently. I want to share it with you because I would hope that we can kind of embrace it and try to emulate, try to do what he does. I believe what his perspective on life is. Little Trig recently, he started waking up in the morning and he rubs his little sleepy eyes and he looks around and he starts applauding. He applauds each new day, and I'm looking at that going, okay, there's a lesson that he will be able to teach us. He'll be teaching us many more lessons than we'll ever be able to teach him. But may we too look at each day, though we know there are going to be challenges, and I just think that that probably goes through his little heart and mind too. Okay, world, yep, there's going to be some challenges today, but come on, bring it on. What are we going to do? And we're going to applaud the day and begin it anew and begin it with energy and inspired and with a lot of hope.